So think about this for just a second. So, some options that maybe you want to consider that I didn't really kind of consider at the time was that, um, you know, of course, I'm hoping you're going to interweave participant voices with yours as the writer. That is something that you can do. So, direct quotes is really kind of what we're looking for, which is good. Um, and you can practice alternating between third person and first person, where third person is for your analysis if you want to do that, and first person is for your participant voices, which is not a bad idea. Um, I think we are probably more comfortable with third person just because we think it gives us a more detached and scientific view of that. You could write a short section, see what makes sense for the method, context, and participants studied. You could do this, but I'll let you consider that. The traditional way to do this is to write everything in third person, but that may not suit the purposes of what you're trying to figure out here. So let's see here. And here they give you some examples of how they, incorporated. We chose to do this instead of the researchers. And then you also have some ideas here, as data collection progressed, I conducted theoretical, and again, just giving you some ideas. I collected data through participation. Think about that. A lot of times, and I was told this a lot, that raw data, let the data speak for themselves. Why not just present verbatim the data that you collected? We can do that if we let people's voices speak for them. Data doesn't really speak for itself. You've got to be able to interpret. You're a part of this process, and so you're applying meaning. So raw data itself is not really going to just constitute the findings of research, and so this is where your analysis would come in, because you want to be able to provide evidence. Quotes always will bring you back to the individual, to what they're saying. There's another term, staying close to the data. That's a different way of looking at that. Their words give you the evidence, and the analysis frames their experience, which is really what you're kind of doing. They're speaking, and you're providing some type of framework that goes along with this. Make sure that your quotes are rich and thick. If you had a research question, this is paramount, and the insights should kind of relate back to that, drawing us consistently back to the purpose of what you were trying to find out, and then gives a focus. But just remember also too that this is an iterative process, so there's lots of room here. Sandalowski, which she is a nurse, she's a nurse, an RN nurse. Really good stuff. A lot of her stuff is a lot older, but I think that there's some value there that would be kind of nice. We can err on the side of descriptive excess. We can think that heaping lots of descriptions are good for thick descriptions. Some people say no data required. There's lots of things that if you read about this should give you some information. Whoops, sorry, y'all. We can also have analytic excess, in addition to misrepresenting the data. You can misrepresent as findings. You can misplacement of findings. I mean, you can look at all this. It's really easy, and if you're not careful, changing one or two words, leaving out something, not being thorough in your descriptive process, not having a rich enough quote can really kind of be a bad thing here, because it can change the meaning of what was currently listed out there. Have some reflexivity. Some of this stuff may change. And you've got more information once again here that gives you some additional information. I don't really think I need to go over more of this, because I think that if you can take a look at this, but really when you're writing up your report, think about what you want to say. Are you giving us enough information that can lead us to an appreciation for the experiences and the thoughts that your participants had, and then thinking about how you wanted to analyze that, and how you either see this as adding value to maybe a theory that you were looking at, or is this descriptive, is this exploratory? Think about what you want us to know, and just be thorough in it. This is probably not where you can err on the side of saying it and maybe needing having to restate it, and if you find a better way to state it, then do that again. I'm looking forward to our conversation on Monday. Think about what you want to share with us. Think about what it meant to you. Think about what it meant to the people that you interviewed, and then let's talk. And then I think that you all can probably give each other some additional insight. And then of course we've extended your results section. We've also extended when the paper is going to be due. So and in the meantime, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving holiday. Everybody needs a little bit of rest, just like my cat back there. I'll see you Monday.